Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here, bringing you Miss KUROITSU and the Monster Development Department, Part 2, Heart or Not.
While I was watching this, I was just thinking about how much I'm used to watching the bad guys lose. You're just so used to it, but seeing it from the other side, it feels so pathetic. Like, how are you losing every time? Like, I know it's something that we're used to, but damn, seriously?
Yeah, I agree. Seeing it from this perspective makes you feel like, why are you still here, fam? Why are you carrying on this job? Where you know every single day you're about to take this L and you take it over and over again. It's like you're not smart enough to get the W because everything you throw at it becomes an L. Bruv, I just quit. I'd quit and never show my face again.
I think that the point where they should have quit was the whole Hydra debacle, because they sent Hydra out with one head and no venom. And then they were like, oh crap, you know, we budget constrictions, we won't do that again. Sent her back out with 4 heads and still no venom. Like, they basically sent out a defenseless girl and said, have at it. She's just basically a cosplayer. That's what they did. They sent out a defenseless child cosplayer.
And that's not taking any away from cosplayers, because we do love y'all and you lot are heroes in our eyes, but you're not dealing with the hero. Do you get what I mean? Alright. But I think, do you know when they should have quit? The moment that everyone got involved in making that really big robot, and then it didn't become a robot, it became a chicken. That moment, I was done. I was like, you know what? I quit this organization. You run just like every other organization. Screw you, I'm going to be a freelancer.
That whole canon situation made me feel like it's like when you watch something and you're like, geez, did they even think about this? Did they even bother spending time on it? They probably spent 10 seconds coming up with a concept and just threw it right out. But instead they've actually spent all this time on it. And it made me kind of feel bad about Platinum End as well, because that looked like no one cared. But maybe they did. Maybe they cared so much, but lots of people were involved. And then it just turned out to be what it was. Like, I'm sorry, man.
You're determined to bring Platinum End every single time we talk about this anime. I like the big reveal that Buster Blader is the Doctor's brother. That was pretty cool. I really liked that.
I also like that reveal because we were concentrating so much on KUROITSU being involved with Blader and them constantly speaking to each other and seeing each other and helping each other out. And then we get totally blindsided by the fact that his actual brother is working on the opposite side to him, and they live together. How are they keeping it secret from each other? He's having things delivered to the house, his hero crap.
So I also like, you know, when the two little girls that were basically Sailor Moon spin-offs went into the interview. That interview was so surreal yet so real at the same time. Like, Megistus is amazing at his job and no one can take that away from him. Having that kind of quality in a company, you need that. And him being steadfast in actually conducting an interview with 2 minors knowing full well that they are heroes and working for the opposite team, yet still getting information out of them and still seeing what their potential are. I just thought that was great.
I agree. I would say Megistus was my favorite character. He wasn't in it very often, but he was a solid character and he has solid moral beliefs. And the things that he said were true. Like, why would a hero organization send 2 minors to infiltrate this villain organization when anything could happen to them? He could have done anything. He could have completely wiped them out. But what I didn't really like was the whole thing that they had around budget, because if budget was such a huge issue, instead of creating a new monster every time one of them fails to kill some hero, why don't they just put all of their money into one great villain, or send multiple villains at once to kill Blader? Or the execs are so strong, send one of the execs out there. They could definitely murk him in 2 seconds. Like, what? Come on, man.
Yeah, Akashic would duppy him in a second without a simple thought. She parted the sea.
Right?
She parted the sea. She slapped up an alligator monster with a touch. It wasn't even a punch, it was a touch. She weren't even angry. He was just in the way. All of these executives need to come and do some work. Or you wait until an M&A episode before you come and show your thing. And not all of them even came. That's how strong they are. Not all of them came.
I actually liked having a beach episode where it wasn't just full of fan service. Now, that's not to say that this anime didn't have a bunch of it, because it did have a bunch of unnecessary fan service. Anyway, they actually took it to concentrating on their abilities to create a different type of monster that can be used underwater and testing the current monsters that they already have and seeing what abilities they have. And I thought that was really cool.
I don't know where Ruka's going with the unnecessary part for fan service. Fan service is the most...
Centipede monster.
Fan service is a very necessary part of anime. Some of it is a bit much, I agree, but a little doesn't hurt, alright? It's like seasoning, innit? You need to know how to season correctly.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're pouring it in, you drop the whole thing in there by accident, and that's kind of what it felt like at times. That's just me. But I would say for an evil organization, this one just didn't feel like there was much evil happening whatsoever. They have ethical considerations. They pay their staff overtime properly. They act like a family. They're out here giving balloons to kids. They beat up the bad guys. Like, what the heck? And they don't even share rooms with the opposite sex. Because what's going on? Where's the evil in this organization? They're more straight-laced than the heroes.
Yeah, I mean, like, the hero organization that we saw looked very, 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 very unethical. They looked like they didn't care about the heroes. All they cared about was the money. And again, Ruka's right. Where is the evil? It's so not evil that they teamed up at the end. Now, if you're evil, you're trying to capitalize on the situation. You're going to end up backstabbing the heroes when they come. None of that stuff happened here. Blader and Dark Blader or Black Blader, I don't know, shook hands at the end. It's really weird, but I'm not going to lie. I liked it. I wouldn't mind working for this company.
But when Hoenn came, like, just to go off of your point, when she came, they weren't even mean to her, and she's from a rival company, and they just treated her like, oh yeah, come in, come look at the things that we're doing. It was a bit odd. But I did like the episode that showed the retired villains and heroes.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
I thought that was quite realistic, and it was also nice seeing them argue over their accomplishments and the mistakes that they had made when they were the shits. I liked the very end of the episode where they actually showed real people cosplaying in the costumes from that episode.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really nice touch. I liked that.
I did like some of the end bits of the episodes, going off your point. Some of them were really cool. Some of them were nonsense. Like that stuff with the big chicken. Like, come off the block. But other things were really cool. Bandersnatch, which is the best monster I think that they made, other than Mummy.
Yeah.
Why did you not further develop him? Why is he still just a dog?
Yeah.
Why is it just one thing that he turns into and not keep evolving like Darkseid? The guys crucify me in the comments. But the monster that dies and then comes back stronger after dying millions of times. Let me know, I can't remember.
Well, like a Lazarus demon.
Something similar, but in the DC universe, sorry. Not Marvel,
DC.
DC.
DC? Sorry. Sorry.
We're gonna get so much hate with
My
this
bad.
one. Anywho, yeah, why not further develop that guy? Because that guy had potential. You forced the hero to switch up to Master Blader.
I actually think it would have been cool if they made a couple more of Bandersnatch. With him being like the leader of the pack, I think that would have been really cool.
But it goes back to what you said. Why didn't you send more than one guy into the fight?
Yeah, they could have easily done that. I feel like the episodes could be watched in no particular order at all. You would still get the same feeling out of it. And I felt like things happen, but the plot doesn't really go anywhere, except for maybe episode 12. But even, like with the attempted takeover, but even that, like, it still wasn't really doing that. They're all basically standalone episodes. You can watch them in any order you like. Maybe watch 11 and 12 at the end just because of Karen joining the organization and, like that. I also liked Karen's character as well. The way that she just kept getting dragged into this world that she clearly had no business being in, but she found like her own sort of place there. Yeah. Going from having no one to kind of getting friends and doing things that she wouldn't usually do. So I actually did like that.
To be honest, it's a nice, wholesome anime. So really and truly, all we got left is
the verdict. What did you think of it as a whole?
It's a hot I think it's a good watch. It's a great waste of time, and it's easily bingeable in a day and a half or a day. You can easily watch this over and over again while doing other stuff. So it's a hot for me.
Yeah, it's definitely bingeable. I would also say that this is a hot, but I wouldn't watch a season 2. That's not because it's bad, it's just because there's no real plot. It just, the episodes are just sort of there. They're fun. I enjoyed watching it.
So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much if you made it this far. We really appreciate it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.